It's just, well, let's call it an experiment in energy. Well, everything there is
getting this?
is made up of some living energy, okay? See, now all this is kind of a dance or a partnership between the energy coming from me and the energy of the plastic. Now that's it.
Well, why can't we do it?
Well, focus, clarity of thought. I don't know. Maybe you can't.
The attitudes of passion, anger, envy, discontent, fear, and sorrow are the laborers of disease. By banishing discontent, we preserve the body from disease and illness and restore the body to the natural state. Through learning, we come to desire only that which is necessary. Then we can see that civilization is a breeder of plagues and contagion, for from the congestion it produces and generates all manner of crime and evil.
I want you to do me a favor.
Yeah, sure.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What?
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Nearly all of us could be cured and redeemed for society by either a strong mental and healthy occupation. The more time we have to pity on ourselves, the smaller the chance of recovery. By dwelling on the disease or illness, it increases in proportion to the patient's fears and invites evil.
Leave me now.
Are you going to talk about this or not?
Please, will you just go?
Is that what you want?
Yes, it is what I want, so please, if you care about me at all, then please just go.
I can't.
I have 2 years to live. I need to work.
I love you.
You've left her. That's a false conclusion.
I want us to be together for as long as we've got, and if that's not very long, well, then that's just how it is. It'll have to do.
You don't know what's coming. It'll affect everything.
Your glasses are always dirty. There. That's better, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
When we begin to analyze ourselves with an ailment, you will discover one whose heart and mind have been eaten by a secret sorrow, some unrequited love or unavenged wrong, real or imaginary. A life spent nursing grudges or even recalling them is a life wasted to better things. If you are sick, then look within for the hidden motives behind each thought. Indeed, if you are not sick, do the same and analyze your inner self to prevent the manifestation of these ills. Hate and health cannot coexist in the same organism. If the superior nature of ourselves, which is the soul and spirit, live together in truth and beauty and cooperate in service for the greater good, then the lower nature, the body, will likewise live in peace, reflecting the wisdom and harmony of the soul. There is but one cure: to re-establish the intellect upon a new foundation, eradicating the old nature and being born again. Like stagnant water when it becomes foul and a breeding ground of disease and bacteria, so are thoughts when denied natural circulation due to opinion and judgment that generates intellectual bacteria that infects not only the individual, but all who come within their sphere of influence. An illness to the body is a disease of the mind. Dissatisfaction is a contamination. Grief is a cancer of the mind. Hate is a frenzy of thought and a potential cause of physical affliction. Tuberculosis is affiliated to despair. Anger promotes infections. Fear inhibits functional activity. Brooding over unreturned loved or activity affect the heart. Worry and grief turns the hair white in a single night. Unhappiness brings palsy, seizures, strokes, thrombosis, cancer, and sorrow. Ego and selfishness affects the spleen. Bitterness, the liver. Pride brings acid to the blood. Despair afflicts the kidneys. Being mean affects digestion. Deep hidden grievances line the face. Greed and jealousy imparts the eyes. As pain is a symptom of disease, so disease is a symptom of mental states. Bacteria represents the actual manifestation into matter of the evil impulses continually being generated by the human mind. So if we can remove the unhealthy state in which they thrive, they will disappear due to the lack of support. The mental attitude will profoundly affect the speed or delay of the patient's recovery. We are closest to which we resemble most. Look at your face. Listen to your own voice. Examine the general makeup of your stature, and you will discover much about the hidden quality that motivates your life.
Do you remember what you told me once? That every passing minute is another chance to turn it all around.
If I find you again,
All of us are victims of circumstance, but some of us allow ourselves to be victimized by circumstance. Each of us lives in a vortex of imaginary troubles, and we make or unmake our lives by our own reactions to those illusions that surround us. We live to how we have been trained, believing in the inevitability of suffering and dying, and too often the suffering will last endlessly.
Our bodies are prisons for our souls. Our skin and blood, the iron bars of confinement. But fear not. All flesh decays. Death turns all to ash. And thus, death frees every soul.
But it's time to change this. Science has confirmed the average tenure of life should be 500 years. Few humans reach this milestone. But why should life be so difficult and death so easy? We live in an environment of excesses which continually lures us out of the state of moderation and incites us to greed, jealousy, passion, or despair. That is why it is almost impossible for an individual to withstand the concentrated thought power of society. So we have created the fashion of dying young, which is deeply etched into the substances of our subconscious mind. We will to die, and so we die. But not me. I plan to live at least 750 to 1,000 years, because why not? To set any limitation upon self, or inhibit the free action of our nature, our destiny, is a grave mistake. Literally, your body is the objectification of your mind.
I have loved you. I did my best.
The political state of the world is the manifestation of a thought form of national impulses and attitudes. As the body suffers from disease of the mind, the state and the nation suffers from the disease of excess, war, tyranny, and injustice. Every president is a reflection of that nation in thought and attitude as a thought form. But as we all accomplish something for the common good, either through integrity of man or the state of the planet, it will abolish these evils. In order to be a master, we must maintain a rational control, learning toward never hating, or building attachments and living, thinking, and feeling moderately. This reduces the friction in our inner nature and creates a balanced state of health and harmony. If you will serve the parts of yourself, the whole of yourself will serve you. We must sacrifice the petty gratification that comes from hate, envy, self-pity, and instead enjoy the state of peace, gentle emotions, and a healthy body. Health, like happiness, is earned, and happiness is a harmony in the soul as health is harmony in the physical body. Disease is a departure from nature, and health a return. This realization is the secret to life, and to apply it is to live. Nature is impersonal, and all that is personal must pass away. Nature envies nothing, is jealous of nothing, and is a stranger to ambition. All who are motivated by impulses less universal than those of life will be destroyed by the weakness of their own ideals. The ones who survive are in all things moderate, consistent, and natural, for they live on because they engage the qualities of eternity. When the master's heart is as pure and white as the diamond that he wears, then he may teach others and light a way. The great work of a master can be called the art of balance. The triple energies of thought, desire, and action must be united in a harmonious blending of expression. The true light can come only to those who, asking nothing, gladly give all to it. The true brother of the craft knows and implies one great paradox. They must search for the high things in lowly places and find the lowly things in high places. It takes a lot of effort to be happy because everybody works on being unhappy. This knowledge will create meaning and magic in your life, and understanding to every choice in your life, which is freedom. Freedom to build greater paradigms of thought, greater mansions, greater thoughts, and more magic and beauty.
It is clear that we are just an advanced breed of primates on a minor planet, orbiting around a very average star in the outer suburb of one among 100 billion galaxies. But ever since the dawn of civilization, people have craved for an understanding of the underlying order of the world. There ought to be something very special about the boundary conditions of the universe. And what can be more special than that there is no boundary? And there should be no boundary to human endeavor. We are all different. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. While there is life, there is hope.
We get to experience what we have the capacity to dream, to think, to imagine. And the brain loves habits. It is dependable. So create a habit of peace and harmony. We are here to change, to dissolve the old and dream the new. The future is right now, and so is the past. Whenever we elect the moment and are full throttle on the moment, full passion, full involvement, fully there and righteously it, then that is the potential that always was. There is a reality that you are younger, that you are healthier, that you are wealthier, and that you are free. You just have to elect it and expect it to be without any attachment or doubt. And our acceptance level changes after midnight because our brain chemistry changes at night. After midnight, the brain creates a synthesis from melatonin called pinoline, and it's a hallucinogen that simply reforms the body according to attitude. Dreams are the subconscious giving pictures to the body, and pictures to the body are transferred into chemicals and electrical conduits so that every part of the body is repaired during sleep. The dreaming brain is sending messages to the body to be healed. They are all symbols, images, and holograms that are being fed to the body to show different parts of the body to be healed. And to love yourself is to wake up and say, no more. What you have been tolerant of, engage it till you find it tolerant. And what you have hated and despised, engage it until you have found its beauty and love it so. All of these things, in the end you will find were all the aspects of you. That is the love of self.
Look what we made.
controls the destiny of the body.